Good evening, Ankita ma'am.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am. Neha, ma'am, am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Good evening, esteemed members of the Research Foundation of India team, our distinguished expert, Dr. Ankita Jain, madam, and esteemed participants. I'm Dr. Neha Jain, the program coordinator. It is my privilege to extend a cordial welcome to each of you on behalf of RFI as we embark on day 3 of the Faculty Development Program and the training program on advanced tools and techniques for research methodology. Today's focus is on the topic questionnaire design and development. This collaborative initiative is meticulously organized by the Synergy Research Foundation of India, RFI-CARE, and BPIT. It is graciously supported by renowned entities such as JHRF, ARGA, and Edu Academic Inc. Before we proceed, allow me to share the profile of our schedule expert, Dr. Ankita Ma'am, the maestro of our schedule and coordinator of foreign affairs at the Research Foundation of India. Her academic voyage has been adorned with remarkable achievements. Her academic journey commenced at the Sri Vaishnav Institute of Management and Research, Indore, where she served as an assistant professor in the Department of Management. Prior to this, she contributed her expertise to the prestigious halls of the Prestige Institute of Management and Research, Indore. She boasts over 7 years of dedicated teaching experience and holds a PhD from Prestige Institute of Management and Research, DAVV, Indore. Her instructional array spans an impressive range of subjects including human resource management, entrepreneurship, organizational development, and leadership skills, among others. Her pursuit of knowledge transcends boundaries, evident in her completion of the annual 5-week faculty development program at the esteemed Indian Institute of Management, Indore. Adding to her accolades, she has a patent publication to her credit showcasing her innovative approach to solving societal challenges through digital entrepreneurship. Her intellectual footprint extends beyond academia. She has graced numerous platforms as an expert speaker, contributed to scholarly publications, and actively participated in national and international conferences. Furthermore, she has taken on roles in institutional committees, leveraging her expertise to enhance various facets of academic life. Her commitment to holistic education is reflected in her involvement in cultural events where she moments of joy and creativity. Her passion for nurturing young minds extends to her role as a motivational speaker, career guide, and life coach, inspiring countless students on their journey to success. In addition to her illustrious academic career, she has pursued continuous professional development through a myriad of certifications ranging from training and development to digital marketing. Her quest for excellence knows no bounds, evident in her diverse skill set and unwavering dedication to fostering a culture of learning and growth. So that's all about Madam's achievements. Now, without further delay, I would like to request Dr. Ankita ma'am to please start.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, Neha ma'am and Team RFI for providing me this platform and giving me this opportunity for taking this session. This is one of my very, uh, interesting topics which I always love to explore this area. I have made so many questionnaire with my students as well as my colleagues, and also in my research journey of my PhD, I have put lots of efforts while making the questionnaire. So I really would like to focus on those areas where I can tell you what exactly can be done. I'm not telling you very technical things, but yes, the basic things which are required or to understand while we are doing any kind of making any kind of questionnaire, what are the basic essentials which are required. So let me start with my session. I'm sharing my PPT. I hope my PPT is visible, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am, it's visible.
Yeah.
Yes, it's good.
Yeah. So let me start with this. As you all know that we are already in the process of understanding the advanced tools and technology for research methodology, in which we are going to study number of things like problem identification related to plagiarism, hypothesis development, and number of things. So out of it, there is one more thing that is very much important whenever we are doing for any kind of research paper, any kind of, we are writing any kind of research work. So research methodology, I must say that that's the most important part when we are preparing a questionnaire. And in this questionnaire, the importance is the pattern which we are following, the design we are doing, like what questions should be there, what to be asked, what are our objectives, then what hypothesis should be made, what test to be applied. Everything matters. But yes, if the questionnaire is not proper, and if the questionnaire is not providing answers, or the gist of the objectives from where we can get the answers to our objectives, so that's would be of no use. In that case, the questionnaire designing and development is always very much important, because ultimately this questionnaire is going to lead, ultimately is leading to answer your questions, your research question, and your objectives. And out of after doing data collection only, you will be able to apply any of the test on this. So that's very important, that we should give so much time to prepare the questionnaire. It should be authenticated by someone. Also, you should always try to discuss the questions with your colleagues, anyone to whom you can rely on, right? So let's start with it. About the questionnaire development, it's a critical component of survey research, involves constructing a questionnaire. So basically, if we talk about the classification of data, it's of two types: primary data and secondary data. The studies can be done on the basis of these two data collection sources. So whenever we are going to take the first hand data, that is primary, so that can be done through the questionnaires. And secondary data is basically which is already available, or we can take it from any of the report, social media, internet sources, any places where it is government website, reliable sources. But if we talk about the primary data, that is the first hand data which we are taking. So that can be done through the questionnaire, observations, interviews. There are so many methods. Most of the time, whenever we are talking about the primary data, we are talking about the questionnaire. So it is a pre-formulated written set of questions. So questionnaire is nothing, it's a set of questions, and we have to make it in a way that we can answer our questions, to which respondents record their answers, usually within rather closely defined alternatives. So see, it is all up to you whether it is a it has a close-ended questions or open-ended question. But most of the time, whenever we are talking about the quantitative study, so it should have the I must say it should have options. Alternatives should be provided to the people who are the respondents who are answering the questionnaire. Okay. Now, it is also suggesting choices of answers for the respondent. And what we are not just giving them random numbers, we are just providing them number of alternatives which are closely defined, right? we are giving them the choices. So I think you all are aware of such basic things. So I'm just coming to the points. Number one, it can be a open-ended, it can be a close-ended or mixed. Open-ended means you are having, you are not giving them any options. You are in the close-ended, you are giving them options. Then in the mixed, there can be some questions which are having open-ended questions and some are having close-ended. Now, next one is elements of the questionnaire designing. So number one, identifying the questionnaires content. First of all, before doing this, you should know what is your title, what is your topic, what is your study area, what is your research topic, and what that research topic or title is asking for. Means what objectives you are taking, what is your research gap. Out of that only you can come out with the questions. What question need to be asked. Then write the question and select the question to measure the different variables of the interest. Then you have to define or you have to select some questions which are good or which are measuring the variables of your study. Then finally we have to construct the questionnaire. So identify, select, and then constructing the final questionnaire. A questionnaire is always more than the questions. It only doesn't have question, but it has number of things which are answering to the things. Now, before designing a questionnaire, what you have to know, what you should know. Number one, deciding the study's purpose. What is your aim, research questions, hypothesis. As I have told you, what are the objectives of your study, what is your research gap. So all these things needs to be done in advance before designing a questionnaire. Then identifying what you need to measure. Then also you should know what you are measuring, what you are trying to identify. Then develop a preliminary analysis plan. Tentatively, you should understand, you need to understand what exactly has to be analyzed. Then decide the data collection mode. As I have told you, you can choose different tools for data collection. It can be an interview, it can be an observation, it can be paper pen, hard copy questionnaire filling. Nowadays, the most famous one, or I must say the easiest one, is Google form, which we are using, through which we are collecting the data. There is one more thing which I would like to focus on. On the basis of which kind of title you are having, which kind of things you want to study, the questionnaire designing should be accordingly. For example, if you are going to the higher authority and you cannot give them a pen and paper to fill the questionnaire, like you just fill it, or you cannot say that I'm just sending you the link, you just fill it, and that cannot be sometimes appropriate. So most of the time, in such kind of cases, you can do one thing. You can fill questionnaire on their behalf. You can ask the questions and you can record their responses. So basically, you have to decide upon who are your respondents first. Secondly, which kind of person you are meeting, like the authority type, basically the level. Then you can say that yes, this is the data collection method, like you're going to ask question in the interview method or like this observation. Then you should design the questionnaire. Now, next one is consideration while when you are writing the question. Number one, as I have told you, type of question. You can have some demographic questions related to age, gender, education, occupation, qualification, anything. You can then have the main questions on the Likert scale or any kind of scale which you are using. You can do some frequency. You can use some frequency. You can use some different Likert scale methods. Anything you can use. Then response formats. Then you should also need to have this. For an example, check boxes, radio buttons, Like you are giving them only one option to choose, you are giving them multiple options to choose, you can give them option to write, you can give them option to just tick by using the different methods. So that is all up to you. I'll tell you like one sample thing, sample Google form I'll show you so that you can understand such things. Then questions wordings are important, that should be easy and understandable by everyone. Now, as I have told you, there can be open-ended questions, there can be closed-ended question, and there can be partially closed. I am giving you example of all this, so you'll get it. Open questions can give you more information, but again, as I already mentioned, it would be difficult to codify, enter, and analyze. For example, you must be knowing about the SPSS, any of the software which we are using. They do study not in the qualitative, they want numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. For example, if we are using any Likert scale, so whenever we are done with the data collection, we put it in the form of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That is strongly agree, neutral, disagree, and strongly disagree. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, we give the numbers. So to come to that particular coding, so that same parameters, same numbers can be taken. So we should have information which is easily can be coded. So that is why we give the options. For example, we are giving male and female 2 options. So male can be given 1, female can be given 2. But if we are providing the number of options which cannot be codified, this is already having 2 options. But for example, if we take the same example for the age, if I'm just telling you, tell me your age, you can write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 till 100 or whatever. But it would be very difficult to again arrange or classify the data, then again giving them the numbers. So better we can give them some of the categories. So open questions are giving information, but they are not that much easy to codify. But in case of close-ended question, they provide us less information, but easily it is very easy to codify and analyze. Now, next one is about the open-ended question. In this, responses are not provided to the respondents. Right? In this case, what will happen? That people can do anything, whatever they want. Whatever they want, they can write. But whatever they are writing, it can be very, very different. If we are taking even 10 responses or 20 responses or 50, so every answer would be very different. Then it would be very difficult to judge that, take them on the same parameter. Then respondents does not need to know universe of possible answers. There can be so many, like they are not bounded to answer, but yes, sometimes some questions can be kept as open-ended, right? But there are some disadvantage also. So I'm just telling you some important points on this, that it can be used to build proper report of the interview. For example, it is a kind of interview, then it is good. Respondents can reveal what is most salient in the nature, so that can be done. Then also it is not influenced by any of the alternatives. For example, I want to answer something else, what options are given to me? So that is also important. We can go beyond our options. So open-ended question are giving you liberty to answer whatever you want, but it is very difficult for the person who is analyzing. So that is why open-ended questions are good, but not suggestible or suggested by me for adding up in the questionnaire. Like there should not be so many questions which are open-ended. Now, close-ended question. It is easier for respondents because see, nobody is having time. If they have been provided with the options, they can easily, they can easily answer by giving a tick, just reading it and answering. Number 2, it communicates same frame of the reference to the respondents, because everybody is having the same questions, same they were providing the answers for the same reference, so it is easy to judge. Anybody saying something? Okay, there is one more thing. As I have told you, whenever there is same type of question and everybody is answering on the same parameters, it gives you some standardization. every time the whole idea behind these scales, different type of things, is this only, that everybody, we can judge the answers on the same parameters. Standardization is important. Less variability in the interviewer's performance, because we are giving answers on the same parameters, so it is always good. Then less time to administer and record the response. As I have told you, nowadays the people are not having enough time to give their time to anything else, which is not, which not, may not be their personal thing. They may not be interested in answering the questionnaire, but yes, when they are getting the option, they can try it. So now let me tell you what are close-ended questions. See, for example, I am asking the question, right hand side I have given the options, so you can see that yes and no, yes or no is given. In next one, it is given never, one time, 2 to 5 times. I have given them the answer, so they can just put it on the, like, click on the any of the option. Same here, any of the question is asked to them, and again the options are given to them. See, in this case, you can see I have asked them for their plans and dreams and goals for the future. And in this case, what I have done, I have given them a blank line. I have given them a blank line. It can be a short question. It can be in a paragraph or something, whatever I want. So in this case, everybody can have a different dream and can have a different plan. So it would be very difficult to codify. Now, for an example, again, I have asked the question and given the options to them. I'm just telling you different response formats can be. I'll be telling you also the Google form demo for the same, so you will get it easily. So like this, I have asked them for any of the working hour or whatever it is, and this is how I have given the options. In the second one, ordered, I have given them a scale from 1 to 10, and these two is 1 to 10 is extreme corners. It can be very good to the very bad. It can be complete confidence to no confidence. It can be highly satisfied to highly dissatisfied. So it is just like you are giving ranks to something. So this is ordered response format. Again, in this unordered response format, you can see I have given them different options. For example, if I am giving low staff morale, moderate staff morale, and high staff morale, that can be different. But now you can see low staff morale, then poor staff training, many patients, and there are different options. So there is a one more different response format. There can be a different answers, and we call it unordered response format. Then partially close-ended questions. For example, I am given them some options, and also given them an option if they are not any of these or any of the conditions which I am providing to them, they can write it. So last option has been given as other position, which they have to specify. So it is kindly partially close-ended, means they are giving options as well as open thing as well, where they can write. Visual analog scale. This is also you must have seen in the different shopping malls or somewhere else, where you have to give the experience. How was your experience, they can ask, and you have to give or answer on these smileys, red smiley, yellow smiley, and green smileys, right? So Likert scale basically is the best option to work on for the questionnaires, I must suggest. So basically, they are asking the questions and they are giving them a same kind of parameter, that is SA, UD, D, and SD, means strongly agree, undecided, decided, and strongly disagree. So you can also take your questionnaire on the Likert scale. Then designing individual questions. It can be open questions. So like this, you can provide a list. Like you can ask them for providing a list of any of the 3 things which they like about their jobs. They can write there. Then in the close-ended questionnaire, 4 choice question. Basically, you don't have anything to write. You have to answer any of the whatever is written there, out of those you have to choose. So basically it's a kind of forced choice question. So it is also providing a number of alternatives from which the respondents and is instructed to choose. So basically, whenever we are having a close-ended questions, they have to answer it. So there are different types again: list question, category question, ranking, rating, quantity. So I'm telling you the examples. For example, list questions, I'm giving them the list. For example, what is a religion? And they are having a list of it and they can tick anywhere. In a category, they can have only one responses which can be selected from the given set. Excuse me. So basically, these are the radio buttons where they have to choose any of these. In the ranking questions, you can say that they have basically they have to answer or they have to place the things in a order. 1 to 1, like most important is 1, 2 is less important than no, not important kind of thing. So this kind of pattern can be given and they can answer 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. In the rating, you can say they have to record the responses and they have been given some of the ratings for the same, and for which they have to agree, they are ready to agree or not. Accordingly, you have to give them a option. Then also this kind of ratings can be given as we do, that 1 is the person who is having the high number 1 position. It can be 2 second position, who is securing the second position in the class, third position in the class. In this, they have given the example of the circle. They have to circle the number that matches the view most closely. For example, poor value of for money and the good value of for money they have given, and they're asking for a concert rating for the same, that was worth watching or worth experiencing of or not. So if that they are giving 10 out of 10, means they are giving number 1 rating for the same, but yes, 10 out of 10 is good value of money, means they think that the concert was good enough for this. So accordingly, you can provide the rating questions. Then also there is one more pattern: fast, slow, friendly, unfriendly. Any type of rating scale, you can mix it up. It's kind of matrix thing. Then in the quantity questions, you can ask for the numbers, basically year of birth, age, date of birth, anything you can ask. Then you can mix the response, any kind of, like for example, I was giving this example. This is the example of matrix as well, where your responses or 2 or more questions can be recorded using the same type of grid. Now let me tell you how to construct a questionnaire. The order and the flow of question you should know. As I have told you, first we should ask some basic question like demographics. What is their name, age, gender, education qualification, whatever is required in your questionnaire. Then second part can be some of the related questions. Third can be the main questions related to your objectives. Then there can be some questions which are easy to fill. First, we should provide them some questions which are easy to fill and they can easily answer. Yes. And then there should be some, it should not be like anything which is not, the people are not able to respond. You should not give heavy question in advance. You should give them a easy pattern of questions where they can answer. So it should be concerned with a specific and relevant topic. It should be short. Then if, for example, as I am giving you option of essay, A, N, or whatever it is, so what is it? I should also writing it there. For example, essay stands for strongly agree. And if you are answering the 5, that can be strongly agree. Means I can also give 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. I can give essay, A, N, whatever I want. So direction should be there. If any particular thing is there, any specification is there about that particular section or the particular question, so that should be given. As I told you, always try to keep the question close-ended. It should have objectives. Then, embarrassing questions, presuming questions, and hypothetical questions should be avoided. What happens? We should not give them questions where they have to think, where they have to assume. Wherever the respondent will think that they have to think about it, they have to answer, they have to write, they will stop filling it. So many of our friends, even whenever we ask them to fill the questionnaire, they do not fill it. The reason behind it is lengthy. It may be having so many questions, and it may be typical. It may be related, like they have to answer, they have to write every time. So it would be difficult for them. So we should avoid such kind of questions. It should be presented in a good order. Means, as I have told you, there should be a proper sequence. It should be attractive, neatly printed, and clearly arranged. As I have told you, I have seen so many people who are making the questionnaire, and that is not clear. It is very clumsy. It is not looking very, attractive. See, if we are giving anyone hard copy, then the font size, spacing, sequencing, the order of writing the objectives with the alternatives which you are providing, that is question responses which you are providing, it should be in a proper sequence. It should be very clear. It should not be very clumsy. If we are making a Google form, it should not be very lengthy. Again, there should not be so many sections. There should not be so many questions in every section. It shouldn't look like that it is a never ending questionnaire. There are some people who are making so many questions in their questionnaire, and they think that no, it's good, I'm taking this and this. The motive is not to have a questionnaire with the number of questions. The question should be sufficient to answer your objectives. So it should be clearly arranged, it should be properly formatted, it should be clearly made. So it can be a journal form, question sequence should be there, and we should always focus on the formulation and the wording of the questionnaire. There are some other things which I would like to focus on. Just a minute, I am just skipping this part, which we should not use. We should not do, and what should we do? What should be done? That is do's and don'ts, basically. So as I have told you, start our questionnaire with the title and introduction. Yes, that is again a most important thing. The people do make the questionnaire, but it is still showing the untitled questionnaire. How it is possible? Just start with your questionnaire with a title. Start your questionnaire with the title and introduction, or you can say a welcome message where you are requesting the respondents to fill your questionnaire. Then also tell them that the information would be kept confidential and anonymous to the people. So that should be clear to them. Follow the KISS method, that is, keep it simple and stupid. You should not try to use so many big words. You should not try to show your English language proficiency or something like this and this. It should be very simple, and it should be very clear and clean, that whatever the question that you are asking, it should be very clear to the people. Sometimes it happens with me as well, that we have used a good language, but yet sometimes people are asking, when I was filling it, I could not understand what does that mean, so I just answered it like whatever, without any reading. They could not understand, or whatever happened, they did it. So it should not be there. So that is why it should be in a simple language, not in very professional one. Then write question responses with clear objectives, concise language, and sentences should be clear. The grammatical error should not be there, and the words should be very simple. And be specific whenever you are asking questions. It should not be a long question. It should not be in a paragraph. It should be one-line statement or a question. Place personal and confidential question at the end of the questionnaire. If there are some questions where they have to think about writing it, they should write it or not. Or sometimes the confidential question should not be given them the foundation of filling it. If they want to, they can. If they don't want to, then you should also give them liberty to not to answer that. In case of especially Google form, whenever we make responses, compulsory in that case. Then require responders to carefully read each question by varying the way of question are asked. Then also allow and do not know and not applicable responses wherever it is appropriate. You cannot force them to answer options which you have given, right? Then you should also test your questionnaire. We can say that palette study should be done. As I have told you, you should also ask, or you should first check it by yourself. Then you should ask your I must say, you should ask your peers, your friends, your family, whoever can help you to test the questionnaires question. Do not use leading question, means one question then another question on the basis of that, because people could not keep things in their mind. Then do not ask respondent to make unnecessary calculation where they have to think and they have to calculate or something like this. Do not use loaded question or loaded words, as I have told you. And have you ever, like for example, have you ever stolen anything or something? So don't ask such kind of question which people do not answer. Do you smoke or something like this? Sometimes people do not want to answer such kind of questions. Provide incomplete and overlapping response formats, such questions where they can be confused with two. Like for example, like there is one example has given that in last 1 month or 2 months or in last 1 year, for the healthcare or any kind of checkups, where did I visit? So basically I may go to hospitals as well as some private clinics, or maybe other places as well, but I have to choose only one. So in this case, the people would be confused. You should give them check boxes that they also have visited health clinic as well as hospitals as well as private clinics as well. So this should be kept in the mind. So the questions should not be incomplete, else especially the overlapping questions should not be there. It should not be vague. Don't ask leading questions. Don't use abbreviation. If you are using, then write it there. What is the meaning of it? Don't use jargons, acronyms, and don't ask open-ended question until unless it is not necessary. Then don't ask double-barreled question. Don't ask, as I told you, hypothetical situations where they have to, think about it. They have to give so much time. Then don't ask respondent to make unnecessary calculations. Then the question asked should be relevant to the research problem. This is what I had told you in the beginning, that your questionnaire should be answering your research question, research problem, and it should answer your research objectives. So you can make 3 sections. Number 1, beginning some basic question, then middle question, then closing questions. So now let me tell you directly to the creating the questionnaire. Just a minute. So it can be sent through post, emails, internet, manual delivery, telephonic process, interview process can be done. And nowadays the links are provided through the social media. You can post it there. You can use your personal WhatsApp groups, messages, personal messages, where you can send the links of Google form. You can send them by giving the direct delivery to them, their offices. You can visit any of the office, there you can fill. So there are so many options can be provided. Now let me tell you about the Google Forms before I sum up. This was the theory, but I am really would like to focus on this. Just a minute. I'm just giving you one example of the question. So now this is very much important that you all should understand, and you should all focus on. If you don't know how to make a Google form, I'm just gonna tell you for that. You can directly. I'm just sharing my screen so that I can show you the demo of it. See, uh, you can see that this is my profile. In this, I can go and I can directly choose forms, or you can directly go to the new tab and create Google form. You can type, and this form link would be here. So I have already opened it, so I'm just coming here. Now see, there are already, they are providing so many options which are templates. So if you want to take somebody's contact information and you want to give any party invite, or you want to do any of the event registration. So I'm just taking a blank form where I can tell you different types of Google forms. So after opening your email ID, as I have told you, the most important thing is Google form. So for example, I'm asking for any of the work related queries I'm having, work performance related, whatever I want to make a title on, I can do. Then I'm telling you, if you want, you can add one image. For example, I'm just writing here work, and I'm putting some images. For example, I'm just taking this image for my sake. I'm just saving it. And if you want to, I want to edit. So just from here, I can customize the theme, first of all. In the last, here you can see the header. I'm just up, I want to go to upload. I am just browsing the image. In the download, I can go here and I can open it. See, I have taken it. So any of the good image you can take. I'm just taking a random thing, but I think my theme will go. It automatically, see, Google automatically suggesting me all this, that you can take this, and you can see the background which is changing. I can take a darker one, lighter one. Now the Google form has added one more option in this. Earlier it wasn't there. Now it is there. You can choose any of the word. You can see the work performance. See, you can see that it is changing. So header can be changed as per my choice, as per my type, whatever the uh, pattern I want to take, whatever the font size, whatever the font style I want to take. I want to take a smaller one or whatever. Then even for the questions, you can see here. For example, I'm writing name here. And now you can see I can change even the options font style. So this is new, which is given by Google nowadays. Now, even for the options, I hope my screen is clear and visible to everyone.
Yes, ma'am, it is visible.
Okay. Now, for example, I'm giving option of age, or I can say
Excuse me, ma'am,
gender.
the screen isn't visible. Can you please expand the screen? We have left messages in the chat.
Oh, isn't it visible? I think I'm sharing the whole screen, full screen.
Ma'am, no, actually, it isn't, and it is not visible to 2, 3 other people as well.
Just a minute.
Thank you.
I'll be doing it again.
Thank you.
Okay. Just a minute. Now is it visible, the Google form?
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am. Yes.
Yeah. So I was just telling you, I have just shown the title thing, the image. How can it be added from here? I think it was like, can you see this? Like the people who were not able to see.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Excuse me, just a minute, everyone. Okay, so I was telling you that you can add different, you can add titles. So whenever you are adding title here, you can also click here and this can be your title. If you want, you can modify directly here, questionnaire on, and it doesn't mean that it will also change. So the title can be different and the this can be different. So if you want, you can change it. It takes generally by default same, but you can change it. Then you can add image. As I have told you that you can also change the different fonts of different, headings of this, font size of heading, question, and the options which are provided. So I was showing this, that title font can be changed like this. See, then I am just showing that the questions font also can be changed. See, now I have changed it. If you want to give the option, see, mail, and also automatically it is giving mail. I want to change the text of font size of it. It can be changed. So this is the new feature of the Google form. I can change the background as per my choice. See, it can be anything, whichever I want. So that can be my choice. Now, second thing. So now I was telling you one more thing. There is one thing that you can see, that I want to keep this question as required. For example, I don't want to keep it compulsory. For example, name. If we talk about the name, you can, it is not required, so you can make it unrequired, like you can skip it. But whenever it is coming to gender and other question, it should be required. So by default, I made this setting as required. So I'll tell you later that how it can be done. Then there can be multiple questions. See, I am just also telling you other options which are provided. So one is, you can add question from here, you can see. Another one, you can import question. For example, I'm having so many questions in my drive, and I want to take some, for example, I want to take some questions from this, like this. So I have chosen one question. So there was one questionnaire on workplace positivity. So I thought to take some questions from this. For example, organization name, designation, gender already I have written, so I'm not taking. I want to take option of city or age. So I can import, I want to import these 4 questions. So for example, when I want to make same type of questions, so I can do like this. So see, in my questionnaire now I can see, apart from gender and name, organization name, designation, age, and city and town name, which I have asked in another one, I have imported questions from this other questionnaire. So there were so many questions, but I wanted to take these 4, so I could take from that. Now, if I want to change the option, I want to do it like below 25 years, I can do that. Whatever I want, I can change, right? I can also give options here. Now, let me tell you. This question, I have told you, from here I can add the question. Here I can import the question. Now, here I can add the title and description. For example, whenever I want to start, I don't want to make a section, but I want to make a heading. For example, main questions. See, I'm just changing the font so that you can see. I think this is a little smaller one. Okay. And the size also I'm increasing so that you can see. Okay. So see what I have done. Now I want to add some questions, but under different heading. Sorry, under different heading. So I have added two options. For example, I want to ask about the working thing, so work related thing. So I can ask work hours. Apart from that, section can be named as demographic or personal question. And now I want to ask the questions, and I can write also the description. Questions are related to work. Whatever I want to write, I can do. Now there can be some working days. So for example, I'm just, yeah, Google is already giving me options. So I can write Monday, Tuesday. Monday wasn't added earlier. I can also shift the questions. Now the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I can also give options like this. Okay. Now, if we talk about the working hours, you can give the options like this. Then I'm just telling you the options or thing also later on. I can say 6 hours, or I can specify here, it is all about per day. How much they are working. They're working for 6 hours, 7 hours, or 8 hours. Or as I told you, you should not bound them. So you can say more than 8 hours. Okay. So this kind of section I have told you about, this particular title and description added, and the new questions are added. Now, if I want to add some image here in this particular question, okay, I'm just adding it from my drive only. The same image I'm just adding just for your sake, just to show. So the same image has been added. And now if I want to talk about how's your work life, and I can give them option of writing then I can put it here, then I can ask the questions here, right? It can be aligned in the center. It can be anything, like whatever you want, you can do with this image. You can change the image, you can remove, you can align it accordingly, whatever you like. You can directly delete it. Now, next, as I have added the image, also I can add the video as well. And now one more thing I would like to show, that I can also, now the questions are done, I want to add some main questions, so I can add this section. So see, the section is totally different, where I can see that the questions are not related to work, but it is related to work life balance. So I have given the title, and I can also give description, whatever I want. Then I can start adding the questions. Now let me show you what happened till now. So I can show you the preview thing. See what I have done. I have added one image, I have added one title, gender was there, I have added two options. Later on I have increased the font size of the questions. These 4 questions, organization, designation, age, and city, I had taken it from the another one that imported. Then I have added this particular title, added this title, not the section. I said the title with the description I can add. Without if I don't get, it is not necessary that you always make section. You can also do like this. I can ask question. I have added images and also shown the this. But as these questions were compulsory, so this is preview. So I cannot move unless I am just answering the question. See, here there is no asterisk mark, means this question is not compulsory, so I can say ABC, or if I don't want to answer, I can skip to this question. Designation means I can say I am a manager. Age, I can say 30 to 40 years. My city is Indore. My name is Ankita. Or if again the name option is not compulsory. Again, see this question here, you can see that I have left one question blank. So that is why it is showing like this. There was one question, but it wasn't having the option, so I can delete it. So that is why looking at the preview is always important, which can show that what mistake you have done. Now I'm just refreshing the preview again to see. The question has, it is unlisted from here. Now, this was the another one, another section. If I think that I want to make it little bold, I did it bold. Earlier it was showing like this. See, there is no bold in the main question. Now I'm refreshing it because I have changed in the main form. So it is now showing the bold. It is showing the questions. And as I have told you, until unless I'm not filling up these questions, it will not let me move to the next section. Section is all about that you have to answer first part, then you can only add another. So see, now it is not showing any question, nothing. I've just added the question, but not the question. The actual question was not added. So I can say, I can ask, you are satisfied with your working hours? I have asked I have given them a statement, so they can say yes, no, or they can say maybe. Right? Now here there was no question. Now I'm just refreshing it. See, again it is showing so that I can move to the next section. Now it is showing this question, right? You are satisfied with your working? I can say yes or no. Then I can submit because there was only one question. Then only you can submit. Now, next step which I'm telling you is, I'm just telling the type of questions which I have told you all this. I have told you this theme. I have told you the preview from where you can see your questionnaire. Now I am telling you the type of question. So first type of question I have shown you. From where you can choose? From here you can choose. Number one, short answer. I have told you the option right now is a multiple choice. Another question, I'm taking off short answer. For example, how's your life? I don't want to give them option of good, bad or something, but I want them to answer about their life. So I can give them option of short answer. Another question I'm just adding. And I want to give them a paragraph. Tell me about your dreams. Now they can write it in the paragraph format. I'm not giving them options. So here you can see short answer text. Here you can see long text. Now, next question option was multiple choice, which I have already shown you, that you can give them option of yes, no, maybe. You can give them option of age, where you can see like in the age option, in the gender option, we have given the option of multiple choices. Now, check boxes. You like to interact with interact in your organization with. See, you can give them, I have chosen, see, there is a difference. Here there were circles, we call them radio button, where you can choose only one. Here I'm giving them multiple choice. See, the check boxes I have selected. In this, they are giving multiple options. Here can be superior, juniors or subordinates, can be peers, or there can be boss. Because now, see, here I'm also showing you again what happened when I'm adding such questions. This was the first section, so I'm just again moving to the next one. See, in the first one, I have answered one, I can say no. In how's your life? It's awesome, I want to write. I can write. If I don't want to, I can write good. I can write bad about it, anything, whatever. So it can be a short question. In my dreams, I can write a paragraph, a long paragraph can be written here. But in this, see, I can answer 1, 2, 3, as many as I want. If I want to answer 4. But here you can see whenever I was choosing one, it was moving. It was not choosing all. So I want to say like this. Okay, so that can be 3 options can be my answer, 4 options can be my answer. As many as I want, I can do. So this was next type of question. Now I'm moving to the another one. I have told you short paragraph, multiple checkbox, not drop down. Your city, for example, I was giving the option, or like you must have seen when you are filling any of the you know I must say any of the forms somewhere, they are asking for your state or something like this. I can say your state. I'm just giving option MP, UP, CG, Maharashtra, then maybe Gujarat. Then next option can be Rajasthan. Okay, now see how it will look. Let me show you. Because I have chosen the option of drop down. So again, I'm skipping the first section. See, in this already I have answered. Now, this is the option which they are providing. I can say I'm from MP and I can submit, right? Now, another question. Here I can see I can also upload a file. I can give them option of uploading this. Continue. I have to put it like give the access to my drive where they are. So here your resume, for example. Again, there can option of document spreadsheet. So any of the thing they can use. But as you know that you want resume in the document format or PDF, you can choose from here. You want number of files, you just want one file there. You don't want to attach people to add number of files. You want maximum size of the file, it can be 100 MB, it can be 10 MB, it can be 1 MB, whatever you want, you think that it should be. You can from here, you can also change the size of your GBs, how much space you want to give this particular form to your drive. Okay, so that's all up to you. You can ask them to upload a file. So let me show you how it will look like. See, here is the option of uploading. See, upload your resumes. If you want to upload, I'm telling you that I can only choose either a Word file or see, anything of these I can choose. Just a minute. First of all, draw black. Okay. So only you can choose 2 types of file, which is PDF or Word, right? Another question can be with multiple choice grid and linear scale. Let me show you. I was giving you this example that one can be extreme corner, another one can be extreme corner. Again, I'm asking the same, how's your life? So I am saying one is very good, and the 5 is showing very bad. It can be 1 to 5, it can be 1 to 10. So let me show you how it will look like. Just a minute. Okay, so again, I'm moving to the next section. Just a minute. See, this. It will look like this. I can say 1, 2, 3, but it will again 1. Any of the option you can choose. Okay. Now, it is you can also give strongly agree to strongly disagree. Another option is multiple choice grid. This I would like to focus on, which is very much relevant to your thesis questionnaire designing specifically or research paper questionnaire designing. When you want to ask 25 questions to someone on the same Likert scale, you want to ask strongly agree, disagree or something. But if you will ask questions like this, one question, then answers, then one question, it will be so lengthy. So what you can do is, you can take 5 questions. It can be related to your job satisfaction, related to career planning, whatever you are questions I have. I'm not writing the question. I'm just adding the keywords. It can be related to your salary, anything. For example, I'm taking these 4 questions, and these questions are related to your work life balance. This is the heading I have given. Then you want to take the same parameter, that is SA as strongly agree, A agree, N is for neutral, D for disagree, and SD for strongly disagree. Now, as I have told you, whenever I'm writing such kind of questions, some description should be given. What kind of, that what exactly it is talking about. So I can say the questions related to WLB I have written. And here I'm just writing one thing. Essay means strongly agree, then space, A stands for agree, like this. I can give instructions, and I can also write here that please answer the question as per your, see, it should be here. I'm just moving it up. Like I can give them option or like this, or I can say it is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and I can write here that 1 is stands for this, 2 stands for this, like. Okay. Now, see how it will look like. Section 1, again, I'm moving to the another one. See, it will look like this. So people can ask as many as questions by giving just a tick like this. They don't need to bother so much. Otherwise, what will happen? They will ask, you will ask the one question about job satisfaction. You'll get 5 options. Then again, one question, then 5 options. So your questionnaire look very lengthy. So this way, it can be easy, right? I hope you are getting it. Am I right? Are you getting, all of you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. See, in this same question, I'm just making a copy of this question. Okay, see, you can also do this. If there is a question, you want to make a copy of it, you can do it from here. This is the copy. You can delete this question from here. You can make a duplicate question. So this duplicate thing which I am making, the reason behind, here I have shown you such options. There is one more, tick box grid. Okay. Now what will happen to the question? What is the difference? Let me show you. I'm just showing you preview again and again so that you can see how that question will look like. So as per the type of your question, you can plan. See, in this, there were radio buttons. Means if I was choosing answer 1 to this question and I was choosing 3rd, so the automatically 1 will remove, right? But in this case, I can choose A, B, and C, whatever I want. I can choose all 5 also. In this also 1, 2, in this, I want to choose this. As many as I want, I can do. Right? So here I can ask I can give them option for choosing multiple options. So here I can take tick box. So short answer, paragraph, multiple choice, check boxes, drop down, uploading the file option, linear scale, multiple choice grid, and tick boxes I have given. You can ask for date and time. For example, you want to ask someone's date of birth, you time of something, so you can add this also. So I have shown all the options which were provided. Now there is one more thing, as I was just submitting. See, let me submit. So I'll show you one more thing. There is one question which I haven't written, so that is not showing. It is not submitting. And see, because My every question was having this asterisk, means I was just choosing this particular thing of compulsory required question. That is why until unless I am not filling all the questions, it will not let me submit. So see, now I have to upload any of the file, otherwise it will not let me submit it. For example, I have opened it. Now it is done. So now I hope I will be able to submit because I have answered all the questions. Yes, I am done. So see, I can also submit another response, but why and how, let me show you. So first thing, which when I have opened the questionnaire, this was here only questions. Now there is responses. I can see that is because I have submitted, so only one response is there. So see, one is mail, organization name, as you know, I have skipped it, so there is no response. Designation option, you can see, because only one person is there and that person has answered 30 to 40, so you can see 30, 40 it is showing. So like this, you can see it. You can see the graphs. You can also copy the graphs from here and you can paste it in your file. The file was uploaded like this, so it is showing. Then this kind of patterns, you can see the bar charts, you can see. So these are the responses you can see. Again, right now there is a one response. If there would be 5, 6, 7, so that this will give the summary. Then here in question, you can see question wise summary. Here you can see individual summary. For example, one is mine, so one is one. If there would be so many of them, like 5, 6, so it can say out of 10 I'm showing looking at one. So it is also can be seen summary, question, and individual. From here you can create the Google sheet of responses, as you already know it, that whenever you are collecting data for your questionnaire, you have to see the responses. Then you have to codify. So this is how it can be done. From here, view in sheets. Now, if you're done with your questionnaire, if you don't want to take more responses, you can even close it from here. So it will stop. Sometimes it happens, no? You're registering for something and it is shown that the form is not, the person is not taking responses now. So here from here, it can be done. In settings also, I would like to show you 1, 2 things. You can make a quiz to the students from here, where every question will have some answer. So right now, I cannot tell you the whole thing about the quiz. About the responses, if you want to correct the email address, so you can write here that they can correct, you can edit here. If you want to allow them that they can edit their response, you can do this. If you want that person should answer only one time, that person shouldn't answer again, you can do this. So this option which you could see, that submit another response, will not come if you will click on this. Right now it was not clicked, so it was showing me to submit another response as well. Presentation, you can show the progress bar. You can send any of this confirmation message like thank you for your response, like this, thank you for your response. Whatever I want, I can also provide. Like for example, you could see that whenever you are registering for any of the conference or workshop, they are also providing Google form, WhatsApp group link somewhere here, so that you can also click on that and you can directly join the group. They don't need to send it again and again. They don't need to add individuals again and again. So something like this can be done from here. Like in this form defaults, as I've told you, collect email address, you can do it default by default. And in the question default, as I have told you, make question required by default. In my Google form, it is already fixed. So if I would do like this, then what I have to do, then if I want to do it, it will be like this, right? If I want to do it required, then I have to make each and every single question required in this particular thing. But when it is coming to this, I can do it like, I can click on this option so that every question would be, by default, it would be required. Okay. Now, I have told you this, responses, setting, theme, preview, undo or redo, doesn't matter. So then also told you the type of questions, pattern of questions, all this. And now last thing which I would like to show, that you can also add your add the email addresses of the people, and you can also send this form to the people. Another one, you can click on this, you can take the shorten the URL, you can click from here, you can paste it anywhere to send to the people. You can directly send it to the Facebook and Twitter. Also, now if 2 or 3 people are doing it collaboratively, if you want people to add, for example, I want to add this person and I want to send them an editor. As an editor, I can do this. That person can be a collaborator, and this form means equally that person can also see, right, the Google form responses. That person can also edit. Means 2 of us are doing the same work. So this form can be shared with that person. So that is all from my side. So thank you so much, everyone. If anybody wants to ask any question, they can ask.
Thank you, madam.
Welcome. Anybody is having any question, they can ask.
Participants, if you have any queries, please go ahead. The platform is open now. Any participant?
Excuse me, madam. I want to ask one question.
Please
Yes,
tell
sir,
me.
please.
Yeah. Let me know the factors on which number of questions to be included in the questionnaire depends.
Sorry.
Let me know the factors on which number of questions to be included in the questionnaire depends.
Factor on which?
Yeah. Number of questions to
Basically,
be included in a questionnaire.
yeah. See, basically, what do I assume, that it should be the question number of questions should be based on the uh, type of, as I have told you, the mainly the research problems should be solved. So it can be in 20, 25 question, 30 question. If you're talking about a thesis questionnaire, it can be like 40 to 60 question, I must say, not more than that. So basically, all the question should be related to your objectives. That is important.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Any other question? Any other question? Neha ma'am, I think the questions, nobody is having a question now.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So thank you so much, everyone, all the participants and team RFI for giving me this opportunity again. And thank you so much for this.
Okay. So it's time to conclude this wonderful session. But before that, I would like to express my sincere appreciation to every participant. A heartfelt acknowledgement is extended to our esteemed speaker, Dr. Ankita Madam, for generously sharing invaluable insights. Additionally, I extend our sincere gratitude to the organizing committee and sponsors for their unwavering support. With profound gratitude for everyone's participation, we officially conclude today's session. Thank you so much.